Alright, let's hope the audio is better this time than it was yesterday. Welcome to MWP News Gaming, our second episode. We're probably not going, probably put this up tomorrow, same as we did with the last one. But how's everyone doing? It is the 19th of May. And we just put the first episode a little while ago, so now we're going to start recording the second episode. Hopefully we can get something cool going. We're playing Disney Extreme Skate Adventure for the GameCube, which has some horrifying characters. So we are going to not use any of the stock characters. We're going to be creating a character. So that way we can, go in and do that. So we're not going to go too deep on this. We're going to create a skater. Sure, kid's nice. We're going to go with kid. Head option. I want skin 5 because I want to be that robot, but we don't have that yet. Hat. I don't know if I want that. Let's see what else we got. Okay, that feels weird. Let's see. Now this is like for the people whose parents wouldn't buy them, what's it called? For the people whose parents wouldn't buy them, fire hat. What's it called? Oh, that's cool. You can't do that with a hat. The parents were like, oh, it's too dangerous to, we'll do that, that's cool. This is rated E instead of rated T, which is what, the other one was. Let's see, what shirts do we have? Let's get in the Lilo and Stitch mood. This is, let's do backpack. What accessories we can have. I don't know what the fuck that is or where it is. No, these would be called Hulk gloves. We'll do a digital watch. Leg. Let's see. Let's do shorts. Feeling shorts. Shoes are fine. Make them a little bit taller. I'm not like super tall or anything, but it always feels weird when you have them be that tiny. You can have the feet if you. I guess you want to make them Kingdom Hearts characters. Yeah, you can make. You can go full Sora with this. We're not gonna do that. That's a different thing. Let's see, what deck do we want? I like how of all the things, like there's no actual football team or anything like that in this game. No, the Dallas Cowboys are represented. Fantastic. Let's go. This game was developed by Toys for Bob, which I think is now a subsidiary of. There's probably nothing down here. So we'll just go with the one way. Let's see. I like that, and we'll keep the wheels the same color, and we are done. Okay. So I do recall. So what this is, in this world, there's a bunch of connections to other Disney worlds that you have to go through, but you unlock stuff by doing missions for the various people. Let me see if I can remember the controls. Alright, so I hold down A and I can sprint. Alright. This is a little bit more intense than the last game we played, so I think the computer's gotta get acclimated to it. In there you can go to Pride Rock, so that's cool. In here you can watch clips from the movies. So here's The Lion King. It's weird that the movies they went with, oh, here's a stat point. So that's cool. We already got a stat point. Sure. Whatever. Alright, we're not gonna do this every time. Only if we do something cool. But this is a fucking waste of time. Now, again, I played this initially on the PlayStation, so I'm trying to remember what the controls are for the PlayStation. There we go. Alright. Fucking ate shit there. Alright, moving on. Next up, let's continue. Because you get all the medallions, you get, I think it's like the code for a new move. Product placement. Nokia, McDonald's, just awesome things all around here. Because product of its times. I don't think you'd have a kids game today openly advertising McDonald's. I just don't think that's something that would happen in the year of our Lord 2024. Sweet. Spine transfer. Alright, now if I remember correctly, there's something cool up here. Nope, alright. There's a mission having to do with the lighthouse, if I remember correctly. So, probably should talk to the sailor dude back there. He probably had a mission for me. The second of the levels based on Toy Story. Alright, you have a mission for me. Hello. Okay. You can't just walk into him. Easy way to cheese this is if you just keep doing grinds and jumps, it'll increase your multiplier as long as you don't bust ass or hit the wrong button. That's kind of the important part, that you can't do that. Because each move that you do will increase your, will increase your multiplier by 1. I'm sure, if I remember correctly, this is the same as it is in Tony Hawk Pro Skater. And then if you don't land it properly, you get nothing. There we go. High score gotten. Alright, we unlocked Little Romeo as a playable character. Man, we are just, you know, pulling out all the stops to show when this took place. The human camp, which is one of the Tarzan levels, is again another sign of the times that's worth exploring here, is that there's a discrepancy in the rights over Tarzan, if I remember correctly, which is why the only Kingdom Hearts game to have Tarzan is Kingdom Hearts 1. Even in subsequent games, they never go back to Deep Jungle. They just kind of hang out there. Let's see what Hippie Chick wants. Skate, alright. Okay, so if I remember correctly, they're all in this warehouse. It's a pretty big level, considering what this is. Like, it's a pretty big hub world, considering this is a licensed, you know, nonsense game for Disney. Oh wait, I think they're not in here. I think they're out there. Yeah, they're out here. I'll give you 30 seconds. Okay. The soundtrack's not bad either for what it is. It's a, you know, I think right now we got Jump 5 playing. I turned the volume down, I'm not entirely sure why. Yeah. If you're like me, who had a younger sister, you're very familiar with the Disney Channel music, and you could not avoid Jump 5. And I think it's fitting, too, because they also did the Lilo and Stitch music, the cover of Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride that played outside of the movie, the radio play version, which happens for every Disney movie at this point, or has happened historically for every Disney movie, which is why it's like people got pissy when You know, it's like, oh, why is Ariana Grande doing this? And it's like, well, historically, this has always been how they do things. Where the fuck is... Is it up here, maybe? No. Where the fuck are the S and the K? Out here. No. Oh, here's the S. And just the E. Alright, we have to do this again. And the other thing is, too, that I like about this is that it doesn't kill you. Like, you don't have to go back to the beginning. Yeah, this is, Spinning Around, I think that's the name of the song. I don't know if it's playing through for you guys, too, but it's playing through for me. I did lower the volume so we don't get, like, copy... Because this is the one that I was concerned about getting a copyright strike. Because there's a lot of licensed music. But, yeah, so, anyway. T. I'm talking about Kindle Direct. Put up an article about that today. On, AT. So, you just go around here. So you go down here, back out to the front. So where the fuck would it be? No, just the... Anything up here that looks like it would be suspicious? No. Oh, well, there's medallion. That pop is really annoying. Where the fuck is it? Oh wait, hang on. Where the fuck is it? I don't remember where the E is, unless it's over there somewhere. Maybe it's on top of the aquarium? Alright, well, whatever. Maybe it is up here. This feels like a stupid decision that would... Where it's like technically outside what you would think would be out of balance for the mission. Almost it's like over here somewhere. Because you would... Like, my thought is you would keep everything kind of close. Alright, so we go down here. Let's go around here. I don't recall doing this the first time. That brings you to the Tarzan world. The first of the Tarzan levels. I have a feeling. Fantastic. Excellent work. Alright. I just fucking did this. There we go. Okay. Is it up here? No. You probably get some kind of specialty move for going all the way around this shit, but not that it matters any. Alright, there we go. Because you would think if it was going to be over here, they would put all of it in here. It wouldn't be like some. don't fucking remember. You're witnessing the limitations of memory based on what I remember from when I played this game initially. It's fun. If you're gonna make fun of me for age, just remember, this will happen to everyone. The game that you remember playing as a kid may not, you know, be as kind to you years down the line. Oh wait, hang on. I have a vague... No. Yeah, this soundtrack is absolutely, it's fucking amazing. What's like... The only thing I think of is that it's back here and I just didn't come back here. I spent too much time trying to get up on the roof. We're gonna give it one more shot. Either that or it's up there. Come on, hippie. Good. Alright, let's deal with the rest and then we'll come back. I know where the rest are. T. Yeah, I do not for the life of me remember where that last one is. Okay. So, we're gonna go up here. There it is. Alright, we'll come back for that. There we go. Alright, new hair. Awesome. No, I do not want to save. Okay, we completed that. We got a new hairdo. Alright. Now remember the way to get Ronald McDonald shoes. Mildly annoying. That's all you gotta do for these missions is go in a straight line. Just, you see the arrow? Follow the arrow. And deliver whatever the marketing item of the week is to the person. Alright, so we just delivered Hamlish's sandwich. And now we're back over here. We're back over here. Shopkeeper McDougal. Now, every time when I was a kid, I would hear "don't let them get cold," and I would think that like it had something to do with like what you had to do in this level, and that's not the case. It has no bearing on what gets done here. You can do this as slow as you want, as long as you can still complete the mission. All right, so he got his fries. Of course, the hippie chick wants the milk. Now, McDonald's is well before Uber Eats or McDelivery, so we're just, you know, doing this neat stuff. Apparently this is a, what's it called? Apparently this is a, Alamo Draft House where you can get your food delivered to you. And last but not least is the fisherman dude. Captain Salty. Now, if I remember correctly, he's down here somewhere for some reason. Yeah, oh, there was something over here, I knew it. cool, so I got Ronald McDonald shoes. Could you imagine if doing Uber Eats got you that now? Okay. Now I do have the idea that we should go up there and try to get that thing. Okay, we were doing pretty good. The spin stat. Alright. Let's go and get Hamlet to give a... what's it called? Hamlet is going to give us a mission for an extreme score, which is just double the high score, if I remember. It's like 30,000. Hello. Yeah, 30,000. Fuck me. Not gonna lie, a good amount of these are gonna end up on my Spotify. Alright, we're halfway there. Alright. Done. Mini ears. Cool. Alright, now we can go to goals. Let's see how we're doing. A few that are locked, and a few things you still have to do. Now, when it says get the kids special, what it means is there's a token somewhere hidden in the world that you have to find and collect. It's up there. Alright. So strap in. This is what you have to do. You have to go over here, then do this. There we go. Got it. Now each level has that too. I think each level also has it in a different location for the various characters. So like if you go through each level and play through as each one, you gotta do that again. So, what did Mr. Salty want? That's the entrance to Andy's room, which we will go to eventually. Do not worry, we will do that. Now I want to go back down here because there's definitely something on here. Oh, that was it. I don't know why I had it in my head that there was a something else. What's up here? Yeah, that is up here. Balance that. Okay, so that's another thing. That's the easiest way to get out of there. Okay, now. We need to find Mr. Salty, or whatever the fuck his name is, because he's got a mission to turn the lighthouse back on. And that's a really fucking piss-easy mission. All you gotta do is grind the top of the lighthouse a few times. There's also a mission where you have to go in and commit insurance fraud with the shop owner, so that's cool. Cool, that was something that would have felt would have given me something. Oh well. What the fuck is he? Oh, is he up on the bridge? I think so. I can always tell when my frame rate drops. What does the tough kid want? Oh, alright. All 6 checkpoints the fastest. I seem to recall This is just kind of annoying. Got his ass. Even though not really. Alright. I think the insurance fraud mission is over here. You have to go around the front entrance. Yeah, there. Oh, there's Captain Salty. So I could have swore you had to talk to. Oh no, maybe Captain Salty was a fuck of a business partner. Oh. Alright, 5 bottles of clam soda. 1. Two is up there. We'll come back for that. Yeah, you'd think that if you want to sell this shit, you put it in places where it's easier to find and collect. You don't need to use these fucking ramps to get to, but whatever. I'm not you know, an expert. 2. I'm not an expert in retail or anything. Alright. Now it's this one up here. Alright, so now I'm just finding the last one. I have a feeling it's hidden in something. Because I don't see it anywhere. There it is. Alright, 5 bottles of soda. Cool. Alright, so where are we at with the goals? Alright, there's a few left. 2 are still locked. I know one of them's the Nokia mission, where you have to deliver phones to people. I know you have to get ringtones from people. Alright, so the grocery store we have left. Here's the Nokia guy. Mr. Nokia. Busted his ass, great. Alright. Collect 4 ringtones. Oh, and as you do these things, you get people to be able to go around and just kind of hang out on the map, which is kind of cool, I guess. Alright, so we got first Nokia ringtone, I gotta find more. This man moves very fast. See, the fun thing with this is they don't tell you where the people are, so you gotta just run around the map and hope you find them. Alright, let's see someone back here. No. Alright, cool, I guess. Oh wait, yes, here you are. I wish I find where the fucking thuggy kid is. I want to say no, because he wouldn't have been on the bridge. We started on the bridge. He's gotta be down here then. What the fuck is this fuck? Oh yeah, crank it up. Is he in the garage? I mean, I know he's right here, but yeah. Fucking glitch in the matrix right there. Awesome times all around. Oh, you have to actually go back to the store. You can't just get everything and hang out. You gotta actually go back to the store now and, you know, go through a cutscene. Hello, Mr. Nokia. all these people awkwardly dancing now to a ringtone. Cool. There's another medallion over there. Cool. This is an excellent use of time. I just want to finish the mission so we can move on to one of the Disney levels. Alright, so the Nokia mission is done. Where is that fucking thing? Here is it. Here it is. Okay, now. Alright, I feel like now if I talk to him, he'll give me the mission to... Hello, Captain Salton. This is easy. Like, for a mission with no time limit, this is a very easy mission. I say as I jump off the lighthouse. Okay, we'll try that again. 2 lighthouses. 3 lighthouses. There we go. And the lighthouse is turned back on. And we got a new backpack. Oh fuck, I didn't want to save. Alright, whatever. Don't abort the save. Okay, so let's see. Nice. Okay. So that's another mission down. Alright, so then just annoy the fucking birds. Oh wait, she wants me to do... Get recyclables and throw them in the garbage. Okay. Do the bare minimum to be a good person. Yes, that's what this mission is. Do the bare minimum to be a good person. Okay. Fuck me. What the There we go. I mean, look, you don't have to bring it all the way to the recycling center, but, like, leaving it here when the recycling center is there is just kind of fucked up. Let's see. And now Little Romeo gets to perform. Because... you know. He's here, so... he's lent his likeness to the game. Okay. Gotta be more trash around here. If there's no trash around here, I think you really overstated how much of a problem this is. Alright, well, that's 3. Still need 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. Alright, so 30 seconds left. I think we have to redo this. So I feel like there's another one. We have to actually bring this shit back. This is one of those optimal pathing things. I hate these missions where it's just like there's a path, you gotta figure out what the path is, and then you just gotta do it right. Alright, so let's just go back to Leslie and start this again. Hello, Leslie. Was there not one over here before? Oh, I think it's in random places around the map. Nope, they're in the same spots. Okay. Alright, so we're not going to spend a half hour wandering around in there. That'd be stupid to do a second time. Okay, let's go up here. Alright. I think that's one we didn't get before. Awesome. 5. Now I feel like this is on McDonald's property and therefore shouldn't be my problem. But whatever, I guess. Oh, there's the last one over there. Cool. I'm gonna take these all over to the recycling center, but they don't. This is a mission that gave me a lot of problems as a kid because they don't tell you where the recycling center is. So take it to the recycling center. I'm sure you've seen it at some point in your travels. Well, here it is. And the Nokia guy is the one who gives you the recycling, who is also recycling stuff. So it gives me a few questions about the quality of Nokia phones, but whatever. So, what else do we have still? There are 2 missions left, and the medals. There are 5 medals that we have to collect in this level. I think there are more than 25. Well, not just 4 left to get the mission. Let's see. I feel like there would be one up here. Never mind, there isn't one. Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, the mission for him is in here somewhere. Or not. And there are 2. Fuck me. Oh, we gotta talk about Kindle Direct, and I completely forgot. So Kindle Direct, for those of you who don't know, is a service by which anyone can go on and publish their own books, which is how, you know, all of my books were published. I would go on and self-publish. Swan Song, The Depths of Winter, In the End, all of those were self-published through Kindle Direct. Thought process being, why wait for someone else to publish them when I can just do it myself and we can, you know, do that. So all of that said, that was something that was an option. Oh, wait, he's over here. And all what that meant was that rather than... Oh, this is the insurance fraud mission. If you can destroy $1,000 worth of groceries. So, you mean if I can destroy 1 dozen eggs? We're already up to $200, so that's good. The annoying thing about this mission is that not everything counts towards the destruction of said grocery items. And the other reason why I turned the sound down was because there is a lot of repetition in this soundtrack. Well, that's the easier way to get up there, so we are going to have to go back this way. No, we do have to get up to the top, though. Because the top's where you get all this shit. Okay. Seems to recall if you land on top. That was a good way to guess to do this. I mean, what fucking world is it that we're paying $1 each for deli meats? There we go. We got one of the salad bars. Let's see if we can get the other one and just be done with this. So, Kindle Direct, as I was saying, is this service you can go on and publish anything. Now, that was historically how I published my books, and then I ended up with, you know, recurring issues with this service. Namely, they were allowing AI. Now, I didn't have a problem with that really at first, like allowing AI books. It's like, alright, cool. People are going to do, what's it called? People are going to self-publish their books that way with AI, alright. And I saw the articles about it, and I'm like, oh, well, it's a little weird, because it's like, it's not the same level of effort as, like, you know, when I write a book, it takes me months to, you know, get through. It's a months-long process to write, because I do it in script format, so you probably, if you've read them, you know exactly what I mean by that. It reads like a screenplay, because it is a screenplay. So the idea that, you know, all these other things are going to be coming out, and it's just AI generated, it's like, alright, whatever. And the way I found out about this was from articles written in, like, CNBC and things like that, where they talked about all these people who found sudden windfalls using ChatGPT to write books. So you end up, and you know, you look at this and you're like, oh, that's something, because it's like all these people are using ChatGPT to write books, and ChatGPT, the plagiarism machine, is, you know, is writing, quote unquote, these books. It's not really writing, because it's not a writer, it's a machine, but it's doing that. So this is all happening. I'm trying to get up here so I can get this fucking metal. So all this is happening, and we're seeing the, you know, ChatGPT, you know, start to take over. And the thing that these articles all cite is like, oh, well, even if you can't, even if you can't create a cover yourself, they have their cover creator, which was how I made all of my covers. Because I was like, I don't have the ability to draw. I'm not an artist. Josie doesn't have the time to draw cover art for me for every book I write. So I'm not going to, you know, be like, I'm not going to hold it back while I wait for her to do it. So all of that said, we ended up in a situation where I used the cover creator, where you use a stock picture, you use one of their, you know, you use one of their layouts, and there you have the cover of your book. Alright, fine. So, god damn. So we would do that, and then, alright, or let's say fuck this, and just move on, and hope I can find 4 more elsewhere. Alright, here we go. Alright, stop. Stop. Alright, whatever, let's go around. But I was like, alright, let's see if we can do this without, you know, we'll just do that system. So the issue is this became where, because so many people were using these, you know, these custom covers as created by ChatGPT, it became a visual shorthand as more people were doing it, that, you know, oh, well, these are AI generated books. So the issue became so pervasive that Amazon did eventually have to step in, and they stepped in and they said, look, we're going to come up with this system. If you're going to use AI to make your books, you have to cite that it is AI generated. Now, what this is it's a toggle. It's just, you just hit the toggle and you say, yes, my book had AI things, or my book is like free range, or whatever the terminology they use for, you know, the book doesn't have any AI generated material, everything was generated by a human. So all of that is happening, and it didn't have any impact. Now, for reference, I was able to kind of graph out what my abilities were, because it's hard to sell a book from an unknown author. I recognize that is something that is incredibly difficult, and it's one of the key issues you run into with Kindle Direct or any self-publishing platform, is this idea that you don't have a built-in audience, you have to figure it out on your own. But what you can do is you can offer your books for free. So what I would routinely do is I would routinely offer the books for free. We did it earlier this year on the article with Captain America. We offered Swan Song for free. And if you were so inclined, you could go over and read the, you know, you can add the book to your Kindle library completely for free, and it would just be there forever. And it was yours. So this was a great marketing tool to get people to do it. The issue is you end up, you know, you're giving away the books for free, which is, you know, one thing, but you did need to, it got you not attention, or you're not working for exposure, so to speak, but to an extent you're doing it on your own, which is a little bit different. So I was kind of like okay with that. So when I would do that, I would routinely get into like the top 10 of free books in whatever genre it is. Like The Depths of Winter was several times over one of the top legal thrillers from when we would do free. Son of a bitch. Alright, let's see if we have to do this one. I feel like the answer is no, but let's go out here. There's still 3 more, 2 more, we don't know where they are. Oh, you motherfucker want me to get these birds down. I forgot. So what it is, you know, you would put it up there, you would get into the top list, and you would just be like, okay, cool. So, you know, I would put it on the website, like, hey, we were at top, this book's a top performing, what's it called, a top performing, book in this genre. And then it's just a little marketing thing that you would do. So it's like, hey, we were number 1 in thrillers. We were number 1 in legal thrillers. We were number 1 in science fiction vigilante. That kind of thing. Movie, ledge, and deck. So there's the movie theater grind, the ledge grind, and the deck grind. Okay. Got it. Alright, so we would do that, and then that would be our big, like, you know, that. What I noticed though was once people started using ChatGPT, we started having a harder time getting people to download even the free copy. Where originally it was just an issue where it was like, what's it called? Where it was just people wouldn't download the free copy. It's like, all right, fine, people aren't downloading, and then it's just we would put it on free for a week and just no one would download it. We would get no downloads at all. So it's like, at what point do we sit here and we're just like, well, clearly they fried their own platform. Like, the platform is dead now, because like, what's the point of this if we can't give away the book for free, let alone sell it? What's the point of this? Why are we using this platform? And that was, you know, one of the things that we had the question of. Then came some of their generative AI uses, which was they made an attempt to kind of like, not trick authors. I think saying trick authors implies a level of, you know, but what they did was they started offering Audible, like the ability to use AI narrators to produce audiobooks for Audible. We're gonna have to do this again. Well, we'll skip and go on to Andy's room. It is entirely a possibility, depending on how I'm feeling. So you could use these AI, yeah, let's do Andy's room and call it a day. You can use these AI narrators to create your audiobooks without having to pay a narrator to read. Now that is incredibly unethical from the perspective of using AI in an unethical way, which is something that we've had tons of issues with in the past. So the question became like, well, what do we do now? And then came the most recent thing, which is the thing that kind of was the line in the sand that they crossed, for me at least, which was the generative AI in the I would say unconsensual generative AI in your what's it called? In your in the what's it called in Kindle Direct. What they would do is they would use generative AI to update your what's it called? To update your nice shortcut. They would use it to update the series. So like Swan Song, The Muses, and Duet are a trilogy, and they're listed. They were listed while they were on Amazon. They were listed as such. So because they were listed as a trilogy, if you were to go on, they started implementing this thing where you didn't really get a say in the matter, but you would have to. They would use AI to create a summary of each book, and I'm like, but then what's the point of what's it called? What's the point of reading the books if it's just gonna be this generative AI mess to get you from to get you from through the series. Just read the books. Just read the books. Don't rely on the AI summary. Otherwise, what's the point? Why are you bothering? And that was the thing that it's like you're gonna put the books through the generative AI anyway. You couldn't get anyone to to sign up to do this willingly, so you had to sneak it into this, and it's just kind of the kind of thing where I'm like, no, we've crossed the line here. So I pulled everything off. Nice, the globe has been dislodged. How did the squeaker end up in there? Whatever. So the new thing we're doing is what's it called? The new thing we're doing is we're going to be using Draft Digital, which is another service that's similar to Kindle Direct, but it's not Kindle Direct. And also it lets you put it on the other services like the Barnes & Noble one for Nook. That hitbox is a little big. That way you don't have to worry about, do it there. You can put it on Apple Books, which is a big one because Apple Books typically requires a Mac, which I don't have. So we should be able to just, do it that way, and this will be better in total. So yeah, high score is easy. Let's start out here. Nice. Alright, and you're going to want me to get the extreme score, right? Yes. Extreme score time. So, yeah, so we will be reoffering these books for sale, don't worry. We will be reoffering them in the near future. They will be on. Now, to be clear, those are thong sandals, not underwear. But that is what we're going to be doing for Kindle Direct, starting in July. July, we're going to have the first, what's it called, the first episode, the first books come out. We're going to do Swan Song, then, at least I hit a, that's not it, okay. Now the fun thing is figuring out what combination it is of the gymnast plant. Or we can just look at the control. There we go. Alright, we've freed the little green men, or the little army green men. But yeah, so we're going to start with Swan Song. We're going to eventually go back and do some of the other big names that people really like. In the End, which is one of my favorites. That's going to be on the platform, obviously, because I really like that one. I think there is going to be a sequel to that one at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. There's a few like that where I'm like, there's going to be a sequel. Don't worry, there will be a sequel. We will eventually do the Temple Outside of Time, but there are going to be some slight rewrites in that. And then we're going to end off with, each month we're going to do, the first Tuesday of the month is always going to be a new, one of the, in that series, Swan Song. So it should be Swan Song, Duet, The Muses. Then we're going to go on to the other side of things, which is, what's it called? Then we're going to go on to the other side, which is, what was the thing this does? Oh, okay, cool. I guess that's it. Now, I seem to recall that you can talk to Rex. He has a mission for you. Alright, so get up there to rescue Ham off the toilet. Like that. Ham has been rescued. We got the lockbox. Alright, now I have to get back in the toilet. Because there's a stat thing in there. So, like I said, this is all stuff that's going to be returning to various platforms, and we'll have information on the website as it comes out, mwpnews.com. But that'll be at some point in the near future. There you go. Hopefully that's not how this bathroom actually is set up for all the poor people who live here. Because that would be a very shitty, no pun intended, shower. Alright, now. Let's see. But yeah, if you're looking for any additional information, sorry, I don't have any more yet. We're still working on the details of what's coming. Alright, so up there, I gotta like jump down to get that one. Alright, if I remember correctly, I gotta go off of this. So fuck. Alright. But yeah. And we are going to be releasing Echo Omega in January. Pull back on the bed. Skate. Alright, well, we're down here already, so that's something. Yeah, I fucked up. You're definitely supposed to just take that thing down, and I just didn't. So we'll go over here and then loop back up through that. Alright, back up here, and then we'll just take this down. Alright, skate collected. Where are we at with the goals? Oh, I guess Ham. Alright. Now if I remember how you have to do a trick off of each of them. It's 2, 3, and 4. Done. And we unlock Zerg's World. So we could theoretically just unlock Zerg while skipping Pizza Planet, but we don't get Jesse that way, so we do have to continue this. So we're not doing terribly, actually, in terms of completing everything in this fucking game. Cool. But yeah, long story short, we're going to be doing that in the near future. Probably don't need to jump there. That's probably my mistake that I keep making. So Mission Impossible this week. That's going to be cool. Very much looking forward to that, if I'm being honest. It seems like, hopefully if they can stick the landing, it'd be a kind of nice revival for that franchise. Because I think the thing is, when we talk about Mission Impossible, we talk about, there we go, 25 metal teams, we get a new move. Pants splitter. Okay. Whatever. I don't care that much. Really all I care about with the move is getting the move I can live without. Now there's still that one thing over there, and the kid symbol, which the kid symbol in this level is Toy Story logo. We are going to get this. Okay. Third time's the charm. Got it. Girl Anderson. Alright, that was cool. I feel like the easiest way to get that thing up there is just to... Is there a way for me to see... I don't remember. Is there no way you can't see your stats unless you leave the level leave the game entirely? Basically, you have to go back to the main menu to see your stats. Feels like a little bit of an oversight if you ask me, but whatever. What do I know? Alright, so I think that's all of them. Let's just go check the bathroom one more time just to make sure. Alright. To the men's room. This way, and then jump the gap. Alright, whatever. I don't think we have to actually go up there. Let's just go onto the toilet, and then we can see from up here what kind of bullshit we're dealing with. If there is anything worth dealing with. Is there anything worth dealing with? No, there isn't. Alright. So I think we got everything. Yeah, we're good. Turn to Hollywood. Now, do we want to go to the Lion King, or do we want to go to Tarzan? Let's go to the Lion King, because I know where that is off the top of my head. I know the Lion King's right here. Alright, Pride Rock. How are we feeling? Alright. Alright, so get up to the top, grind that fucking thing, and then we can move on with our lives. This is something that I remember giving me such a hard time as a kid because of all the precision platforming on a skateboard. Like that. That's not something that you normally have to deal with. And the reason why it's important is it opens up a shortcut to get to the top of Pride Rock, which is very helpful in this level, considering how much of it is about getting around. Pacific Coast Party, which I don't think has an official YouTube video. I remember watching this on YouTube via a weird anime thing. Not that I want to judge someone for watching anime, but, you know. One of those anime, what was it, FMVs, I think it's called. There's the warp back. Let's see. Cool. I know it seems like I'm procrastinating. That would be because I am kind of procrastinating. Okay, now back up here. Let's get to the top of fucking Pride Rock. Good Scar put a tree in front of water, which is definitely how water works. Alright, I'm gonna go up here. Yep, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's kind of like that mission we gotta race the fucking dinosaur in, what's it called? There it is. In Diddy Kong Racing. Oh, fuck me. Those Diddy Kong Racing boss missions are fucking hard for, like, no reason. You need near perfection to beat them. Either that or there's some like known thing you have to do that I just don't know. So, alright, can we just fucking do this? It's great. Precision platforming in a skating game. Genius maneuver. Alright, well, I grinded on it, not enough though. There we go. Alright. Spring has been unplugged, which means we now have a shortcut to get to the top. Awesome. Multiple shortcuts to get to the top. Awesome. Now you get to watch all these waterfalls appear. Cool. New haircut. Okay. Alright, sweet. So, let's see. Excellent work. It's a leap of faith. Let's see if I can grind on this tree limb to reach it further. That's it. One of the things that'd be a lot easier if I knew where Zazu was. But hey, who am I to question the developers of this game? There he is. Nope, that's not Zazu, that's a hyena. Where the fuck is Zazu? That's not Zazu. Cool. So I won't be saved now. No. Okay. Alright, whatever. We will come back and do this mission later. We have a bunch of other shit to do. Herd the wildebeest back to edible grass. Okay. Cool. Fuck off. Come on, motherfucker. You need to party circle of life. Alright. It's very weird, the dynamics here, because it's like people are just kind of like okay with the fact that there's a good amount of people who are going to be dead. As part of the quote-unquote circle of life. I feel like I would kind of be against that if I were someone who lived here. I'd be like, do we have to be all be eaten? Is there no other way to do this? Alright. Scar's high score. Got it. Scar's a bitch, so. And I don't think that the new movie really helped my perception of him, because it just made him seem like a little bitch. Sorry, not sorry. I saw that movie in a theater, too. Good use of my time. There we go. Scar's high score has been beaten, which means we get to move on to the next thing. I feel like you're the person to talk to about that. Scar's extreme score. This is a waste of my time. Yeah, there we go. Come on, motherfucker. Alright. Well, luckily, the way to get to the medallion thing requires a lot of grinding. There we go. Scar's extreme score has been beaten, so Scar can go fuck himself. And there's the elephant graveyard. Spine transfer seemed a little excessive for what that was, but whatever. Okay. Another medal, we're so 9 more to go. And then the logo. Let's grab the logo. Let's look around here. Fuck me. I can't make that jump. See, that's my mistake. I keep jumping because you get a little bit of air automatically at the end of that. Yeah, your child died skating in sub-Saharan Africa. You know, just signed here on the waiver of liability. Yeah, he was trying to grind up a tree. It didn't work. There was a lion that challenged him to a high score, and he did beat it. No, this actually happened. This was one of Aaron Rodgers' ayahuasca retreats. This was something real that happened. But unfortunately, we didn't think through this field trip. Got it. Okay. That was 300,000 points in one shot. It's unfortunate that that's here, because that feels like something that'd be very helpful in the final mission. And what I mean by that is when you do these, like, the base one has these very simple things. Like the goals for the high score are very easy. Okay. So we're going to do this the right way this time, now that I know what I have to do. Okay. Well, I also know that is there. So, what we'll do is we'll grab Elijah's pen. Okay, let's go up this way, make sure there's nothing over here. We can always go back down. Alright, we're gonna go up there and pray. Alright, we did not bail. Alright, so now let's go back up to the top. Let's go over here. Now up here is this. I'll take that down, and there we go. Okay. Still 2 more missions. Well, one of them escape, which I haven't done yet. I know that for certain. There's always an escape mission in every one of these levels. And the other one is... I don't know what. Nice. There's gotta be another fucking hyena around here. There's at least one more hyena. Where is this fucking hyena? Where is this fucking hyena? Let's go up here. This feels right. Okay, well. There we are. Hello, Nala. What do you want me to do? Oh. So, this mission is homicide. I mean, I'm cool with it. I don't want Nala to think I'm not cool with, you know, a little sample of murder, but I'll make sure we're all on the same page about what we're doing here. Alright, where the fuck do I go for this? Probably most efficient way to go up to the top and then work our way down. Alright, we're working our way down the mountain. Fuck me. I know I found Scar before on accident because he caused me to bust my ass. But how did I do that? Now, look, I said in the past this game has a great soundtrack, and I stand by that. That said, a little more selection would be nice. But like I also said, all of these songs are ending up tomorrow on my Spotify. Alright, here you are, you motherfucker. Grind the wall. It's holding the rock in place. Alright. This lowest stakes Indiana Jones bullshit of my life. Alright, a sharkskin shirt so I can pull up at a club in Miami in the 1980s and just drown in women. Fuck me. Alright, that took too long to get up. I thought I was dead. Like, shit just got real. He had a traumatic brain injury. That's the other reason why I made the character a little bit taller. It feels less weird when he pulls shit like that. Because if it's a kid that dies, it's like, oh, that's something. But if it's someone who's like, I won't say this person is an adult, but I'll say he's an adolescent at least. It feels a little bit less child mutilation-y. Still 3 of these fucking medallions left in this level. Alright, let's do this first. Fuck me. It's annoying that some things you get for grinding on an entire surface, but other things you don't. Like, that feels like... That tree feels like something you should get something for. Oh well. Alright, let's go back up. Let's get that fucking yellow bullshit. And you can tell it's getting late, because it is now 12:20. And I'm exhausted. By how many times it's taken me to get through this relatively simple thing. You're making a jump. We are going to finish this level before we call it a night. How about that? That'll be what we'll call it a night on today. There we go. And the balance point. I probably gotta grind off that to get something. I wish they told you how many of those there were in a level though, so that way I could at least make sure I got. I know there's one that's way high up that I don't quite know how to get. That's the other thing about the constant motion of a skating game. Alright, well there's the S. We're gonna have to do this a few times, I feel like. A T and E. We'll find the K. Which is up there in the tree. Of course it is. The tree that I've done 4 times. Alright, make this jump. Make this jump. Fuck me. Alright, we have a minute left. And then view balls. So skate in 22. There's only 3 more medallions. It's just a matter of figuring out where the fuck those are. Fuck me. Watch as I struggle at a children's skating game that came out 15 years ago, or 20 years ago, on a long dead console. There we go. And there's the guy. Alright. Work boots. And Scars Canyon. Alright, let's get that last of the bullshit. Alright, I feel like there are a few that I'm definitely missing the way up the mountain. Like where my thought process was like, yeah, I'll get them later. Let's go up the mountain, see what we can find. Alright, standing up here. That's where Scar was. So I'll just continue this way, continue this way, continue this way. No. Anything over here? I don't see anything. Don't see anything. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Still don't see anything. Alright, well, this is a fruitful endeavor. leap of faith, Miles. Alright. Fuck. Alright, so that is how you get to that thing. It's just a matter of landing on the thing to grind on it. Now, are there more? Oh, the great, this fucking camera would stay still for like 7 seconds. I would argue this feels like too much work for what we're trying to do here, like, which is in this case 1 medallion. Like I feel like you would want to put more than 1 medallion. Like yesterday when we did that episode with what was that game for Pac-Man World 2, like we found that secret area and it's like, oh, that's cool, you can, you know, there's a bunch of lives down there because it's hard to get to, and if you get down there you're rewarded with like 6 extra lives. Like, this feels just like cruel. Like, hey, motherfucker. Fuck you. How am I supposed to see that? Alright, whatever. We are gonna do this, and we are not gonna do this. Alright, up here. Cross that gap. Another one up there. Again, one would be hard to argue that this is too much work for 2 medallions. It would be hard to find someone making the case like, no, this is an adequate amount of extra steps for something that's so finite in this level. Especially for the first level in this, like, this selection. Like, this feels absurd. Especially considering you can't see that. Alright, we're gonna do it this time. I'm more interested in that dark blue gem thing. I don't remember what stat that is, but whatever it is, I'm sure it's better than whatever bullshit I'm gonna get. Like, a trick that I'm never gonna use, which is what I'm going for here right now. I forget how to get that one. Fuck me. Alright. If we hit 500,000 points before we get to the thing we're calling it, how about that? That feels like a fair way to settle this. That's an obscenely high score to, you know. Fantastic. Of course, it means gonna save us from hitting that. It's about that we wipe out on the last thing every time, so we don't actually get any points. Alright. Alright, well, that time we landed it. This is the kind of thing that happens when you don't hug your kids enough. Okay, so that one's easy. Stop fucking moving. Okay. Alright, I got that now. It's a pretty good hiding spot. Probably would have been better for the kid token than it would have been for, you know, the fucking medallion to get the trick. There's better be a trick that, like, blows you, like, or something like that. Like, stop. Alright. And let's go back up here. Now, if my estimation was accurate, there's a second, yes. I feel like this thing is a secret that we need to go with. This feels right. Let's die. Okay, cool. We're dead now. See, that felt more like a human could survive it than the other one. Okay. There are 2 more medallions in this fucking level. And I just don't know where the last one is. I know where the other one is. I know it's an annoying ass place that someone decided to put there for reasons that I just can't fathom, but whatever. So it's just a matter of getting, you know, finding that, you know, getting onto that one. Fuck me. How's that drop? Alright, so that's what we gotta do. We gotta just drop, and then we'll get that blue thing. Which is not specifically what we're looking for, but it's a nice little bonus. Fucking Christ. Get me out. There we go. Alright. We're up here. Got it. Let's save, just in case we get to the end of this. Fuck me. Alright. Look out for any sign of this fucking medallion. You know what? I don't see anything that looks like it could be where it is even. Like, there it is. Again with this fucking grinding off shit. Alright. Let's get up here and see if we can find something that'll tell us where we have to go. Oh, okay. That's an easier one. Alright, so it seems the time-honored tradition of no one ever goes broke betting against my stupidity continues, because I did come over here before and say, no, there's nothing over here. And that said, I think we will get all the gaps. Which I feel like does give us another trick, but considering I don't play this game for scores, I don't think we're gonna really need that. I mean, either way, we're hard out. Either we're gonna hard out at 500,000, or we're gonna hard out at 1 a.m. Either way, we're coming up on the end. There we go. Okay. Beautiful. Where are we on gaps? A bunch we didn't do, but I'm not gonna... I'm not going nuts over that. Doesn't... It's not worth the effort. Now, I do recall it was easier coming from this angle. Alright, if I do this, and then this, and then if I don't fuck up that at the end. Alright, I'm gonna go over here. Alright. God bless. Fuck me. No, that did not feel like it should have been a death, but whatever. Alright, there's also a possibility that we just keep doing this until we get it, because I don't want to have to do this again. Not this... There we go. That was worth it. We're going to save, and we're going to go back to Hollywood, and we are going to call it a night on this. So, if you enjoy what we're doing here, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you leave a comment, tell me what games you want to see me play in the future. Hopefully this is actually recording properly, and we'll find out in a little bit how that turned out. I'm going to check my stats too as we get to the end of this. But yeah, we will wrap up here as we get to the end. Hard to believe we cleared out the first level for 2 of the 3 Disney things. And we just gotta find the fucking medallions in here now. Fun times all around. What does this give me? Nothing? Cool. Okay, so the remaining medallions here, which is a few that are like in really awkward positions. Like there's this gem up here that you have to like grind on the right sequence. It's just gonna be a thing. So we're gonna save, we're gonna call it here, and we're going to come back another day. I don't know if we're gonna do this again next time. If a lot of people like it, we'll come back and do it more urgently. If not, we will do something else first. Let's look at our stats. Nice. That's pretty solid stats considering this is... I think it just gives you... Yeah, everyone gets the same boost, so... Alright, so... Our speed's really picking up. But we will wrap up there for today. Until our next episode, have a great rest of your week.